Greetings, Diocese of Olympia, and all who may be watching. Happy Thanksgiving. My prayer for you this day is that you are surrounded by those you love and who love you. Family, genetic and chosen, friends from the past and just made today. This day, like many of our worldly celebrations, has a bit of a sketchy past. While we can romanticize the first Thanksgiving, it occurred too in the tenuous circumstance of worlds colliding, of power, of conquest, of injustice, of inequalities. Last year, we read together an indigenous people's history of the United States, and if you joined us in that, you learned that history is most often told by the victors, by the powerful, by the dominant, which often means it's not really history at all. The first Thanksgiving meal that is often cited for this is when the Wampanoag tribe and the new settlers actually did sit down to share a meal. In fact, it was the Wampanoag that did most of the work and most of the welcoming. They provided a meal and a welcome to people they saw as quite courageous. They went on to agree to peaceably live with the new settlers, to teach them to raise crops and to survive. But as David Silverman writes in his new book, This Land is Their Land, the Wampanoag Indians, Plymouth Colony, and the Troubled History of Thanksgiving, much of that story is a myth riddled with historical inaccuracies. Beyond that, Silverman argues that the telling and retelling of these falsehoods is deeply harmful to the Wampanoag Indians, whose lives and society were forever damaged after the English arrived in Plymouth. For 50 years, the alliance was tested by colonial land expansion, the spread of disease, and the exploitation of resources on Wampanoag land. Then tensions ignited into war, known as King Philip's War. The conflict devastated the Wampanoags and forever shifted the balance of power in favor of European arrivals. Wampanoags today remember the Pilgrims' entry to their homeland as a day of deep mourning rather than a moment of giving thanks. I think it's only right that we acknowledge this fact, that we tell the truth, atone for the truth, and then use this day to remember that, and more importantly, to dream of how we can do and be better. For us as Christians, every day is Thanksgiving Day. There's nothing wrong with all of us setting aside such a day once a year to shine a light on our need to be thankful. But we should never do that blindly, and we would do well to tell the truth about this day, and then after telling that truth, to remake it as we can into something that truly befits what we are called to be and do in our thankfulness. And for us, as Christians, that is to, as our catechism says, restore all people to unity with God as they see that God, and to each other in Christ. So with all of that as a backdrop, I wish you all a happy Thanksgiving, a truthful one and a transforming one, whereby we as a people own the sins of our past while boldly building a more just and equal tomorrow. As you gather in these days, may this be in your intentions, in your prayers, and then become part of your life. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone, and blessings to all of you.